Is your business headed for a traffic jam? Do you want to avoid the slowdown, that feast or famine? Well, hang out with me and we'll talk more about how you can do that. What time is it in your business? I know in business, we usually will have an ebb and flow, feast or famine, very busy times and very slow times. And you may have experienced this yourself. In massage therapy, spa, and fitness industries, you see a boom of business, just a plethora of requests for appointments and gift certificate sales. But by the end of the year, kids are going back to school, that tapers off and you become in a famine mode. It can be overwhelming. And you might be saying, is there a better way? Is it time to make adjustments in what I'm doing? Well, if you're asking that question, you already know the answer is yes. Timing and making adjustments can mean life or death for a business. So let me talk a little bit about that timepiece that we all keep in our pocket, our phones. Keeping time is very important in a lot of different ways to make sure that we're on time for our clients, for appointments, to pick up the kids, or to join in a community event. Maybe it's to arrive early at a movie that you get to watch all of the wonderful trailers right beforehand. I like that. Well, at the University of Colorado in Boulder, where I spent some of my time, there is an amazing, massive time clock. Many calculations are made every second. In fact, Denver's 5280 magazine calls it the country's most accurate atomic clock. Its accuracy is down to the nanosecond. In fact, it just loses 1 second every 300 million years. That's pretty accurate, right? Well, our GPS system and the phones that we are using talk to each other and use this atomic form of timekeeping. Let me kind of explain how GPS works for you, and then we'll apply it to us and our business. And this is a very generic explanation. I'm going to warn you. Now, with GPS, multiple satellites are orbiting the Earth. And what will happen is there will be a timestamp that they send to your phone. Your phone acts as like a receiver. And it will take these timestamps from about 4 different satellites to give you a geolocation. And it is super accurate. It's accurate because these timestamps are able to identify where you are around the world. Now, that is used by your GPS. Algorithms have been programmed to check multiple people's locations and then put it into a traffic map so that if there's a traffic jam up ahead, you can still reach your destination very closely to being on time by taking an alternate route. It understands when the traffic jam is slowing people down and when to reroute them. What it's doing is it's giving you a higher perspective of the overall situation and the ability to present different changes in real time. So let's think about that illustration and how it really applies to us. When we are, let's say, a massage student, and let's say you're getting out of school, you're going to hit a virtual traffic jam in business. How is that? Well, you've been rocking, you've been rolling it. You've had the momentum of these amazing people who are your instructors in your school. They've given you this momentum because you've not only had a stream of people who love to get your free massages, you've had the opportunity to be marketing for the school with chair massage, and you've been able to practice in their clinic as a busy massage therapist. You've got this amazing momentum, but the real work is right around the corner. soon as you graduate, you're going to be busy. You're going to be busy figuring out what is my new location. And you're going to be trying to test out for the MBLEX test. Maybe you're getting all of the paperwork needed for your regulatory agency to license you. This is all stuff that's happening while your momentum is slowing down. One thing in business that is a pretty common phrase is called always be closing. Now, when you're always closing, it's a term in business that denotes that your customers tomorrow need to be closed today. I don't really care for the term because I teach that you really need to have a genuine concern and an interest in your clients. And this term, it just distances us from compassion. But the principle is still very key. You want to close tomorrow's clients today. What that means is that you want to give those rightly disposed to your message, your sincere best, and even before they pay a dime for your services. This is an important principle because the fact that we're constantly searching to educate a lead or a potential lead and to really bring them value, something that will help improve their lives, is going to give them a sincere boost in their health. And if you're a coach in their business, of course, it's qualified leads that you do this for. And if you want me to talk a little bit about how to differentiate those who are rightly disposed as to those who are just taking advantage of you, I'd be happy to do a podcast on that. Go ahead and run over to Instagram and DM me, leave me a message, and let me see how much interest there is in that. I'd love to do that. And there's a story with that too, if you're interested. But really, this idea of closing tomorrow's clients today is that we're building a fan base that we can pull from during those slow times. So who you are educating today will most likely be your best client a year from now. They need to have a connection. And most of the time, it is not instant. So you have to warm them up. They have to feel comfortable to allow you into their intimate world, especially if you're a body worker with skin-on-skin contact like massage therapists, acupuncturists, chiropractors. Now, if you're always looking for your next client and an opportunity to educate and sincerely influence their life, then that famine won't happen as often. So let's go back to that student just graduating, just getting out of school. It's a good idea to prepare 3 months before you graduate. That's a great time to begin marketing. If you're going to be independent and out on your own, and you're not going to be under the umbrella of someone else's marketing strategy, 3 months beforehand, you want to create a plan. And it's not just throwing ideas out there, it's a plan and a strategy so that you have a purpose towards it. You can get your hands-on skill and you're super ready, you're super excited, you graduated, you're so thrilled. And now the state or someone else is telling you you need continuing education. Your instructors are telling you how important it is that you keep up on your skill and that you know the latest in health and wellness techniques. That is no lie. You need to be up to date. But my suggestion is to take a course like my Connect to Convert. When you have business under your belt and you understand the basics of accountability, of purpose, and of reaching your goals, you have a strategy and a plan in place, then you don't have to make the mistakes that other people are for years. I talk a little bit about keeping your vibration in a high frequency. That means that every little molecule is moving at a fast pace, the same as the universe is moving. If we are able to detour those traffic jams because someone has told us who has a higher perspective, perhaps that person has been through this before, that this is how you can do that, then you'll be able to reach your destination at a higher speed. You won't have those breaks that slow you down. Now, remember this. If you don't have an audience, it doesn't matter how skilled you are. If you're the best massage therapist in the world or the most insightful yoga teacher, you will not have clients. So for a long time, you'll be in this feast or famine cycle. You don't want that. So the whole reason why I actually found my path here coaching wellness professionals is because I had so many people coming up to me and saying, wow, how did you do it? And I was happy to help. In fact, most failed businesses out there, they're not using a strategy, but I had found a system and a way to make it work. So it's turned into me developing my course, and those with no marketing background or who want to be up to date with strategies to get new business are more than welcome to ask me about it. I'd be happy to tell you a little bit more about it. But you don't have to be on this feast or famine cycle. I really try to create a place here and on my other social media platforms that brings together compassionate wellness professionals that are dedicated to improving their life and the community. I really want to unite those who are serious about wanting to create a beautiful business with resilience. So maybe you don't understand how large of an impact you can really make. Maybe you don't believe that you can really make the impact that you want. Maybe you're not seeing each of the steps so that you understand you can be fully booked without burnout, that you can enjoy life with your family and friends and not feel guilty. We focus on being a part of a supportive community. And when you're a part of that supportive community, you can glean from the abundance that you're seeing there. Really, what happens is you lessen the chances of being stuck in that virtual traffic jam. So we don't have to worry about being lost. We have a map to help show you the road. And the adjustments that you need to make with the right timing for you. So it might be time to adjust your thinking, to understand that it's time for you to receive. And if you're that massage therapist right out of school, it might be time for you to take a business course so that you can become profitable quickly. What time is it for you? Is it time to move forward?
That's it for today's episode. You can find more information about today's vlogcast and the resources mentioned on our website at www.purposefulandprofitable.life. Leave your comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. Loved our content? Share it with a friend. You are in good company with our movement of self-driven entrepreneurs. We'll see you next time.